We're told also you met the Kambas in Washington, D.C.
Yes, I did.
And I'm not sure, but the Somalis also?
Yes, I did.
You met them?
Yes.
I'm not sure where that was. But Mr. Gachagua, some would ask then, why are you comfortable meeting Kenyans along tribal lines as opposed to their nationality?
Yvonne, there are no Kenyans who sit somewhere as Kenyans. If you go to the United States, people have community organizations that were not established by Rigiji. I've not been to America for a long time. But when you go to America, you find the people from the mountain have their own organization. The Abagusi have their own organization. The Ma have their own organization. The Kamba people have their own organization. The Mlembe nation have their own organization. And let me tell you, Yvonne, let people not pretend that communities don't sit together and talk the same language. God, in his own wisdom, created people with an identical language. And people tend to congregate around each other. Do I tell them I cannot meet you until you call the Kambas and you call the Masais and you call them? Let people not pretend that communities don't sit together and talk the same language. God, in his own wisdom, created people with an identical language. And people tend to congregate around each other to discuss their issues. So when the Abagusi community invites me to address them in the United States, do I tell them I cannot meet you until you call the Kambas and you call the Masais and you call the
Why
others?
not? Why not, Mr. Gachagua?
Why should I?
Why not meet them as a group of Kenyans, as nationalists, as patriots?
But I'm asking, I attend those meetings by invitation. You don't go to arrange people how to invite you. You own an invitation. If the Abagusi people say, come, first and foremost, I went to Baltimore, and the Abagusi people said, tomorrow is Sabbath day. Can you come and join us in church? I did. And when I was there in church, there was an interpreter. The preacher of the day was preaching in English, but there was an interpreter in Abagusi, because those people speak their language. And by the way, Yvonne, let nobody feel embarrassed about speaking your language. Even the preamble of the Constitution acknowledges the ethnic diversity of the Kenyan nation and why people must be proud of where they come from. And that is why you find the Abagusi are in a church in Baltimore, and there's an interpreter to interpret the sermon in the Kisii language. That is the nature of the Kenyan nation. Mr. And there's nothing Rigiji can do about it.
Mr. Gachagua, you are I imagine you think of yourself as a national leader.
Yes, I am.
You are the former deputy president of the entire Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
As a leader, you say, you get an invitation. But even after all of that, as a national leader, do you not think you have the influence to speak to people and say that I'd like to meet all of you as Kenyans? Because in as much as people organize based on where they come from and the language they speak, that is
Kenyans.
fair. Mr. Gachagua?
Sorry.
In as much as people speak the languages they do and come from the regions that they do, but there are some common shared national problems that they would have. Why not organize them or congregate them as Kenyans and then listen to their collective issues, which you can then try to seek to address?
That's exactly what we did. I had two types of meetings. I had town hall meetings for all Kenyans, across 4 communities. Then there were communities that invited me for meetings to discuss issues that are unique to those communities. Because communities are not, they have their own unique issues that do not transcend across the country.
I want to give some context to what some of your critics say.